You here tonight is, how many of you are associated with Gurgaon or DLF in some way or the other? Quick show of hands would do wonders for me this evening. Quick, some more show hands. Fantastic. I like the energy already. What about everyone at the back? Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for being with me so far. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in words of Will Rogers, don't wait to buy real estate. Buy real estate and then wait and see what magic happens. I think who would resonate with this line better than all of us joining us here alongside tonight? This evening, our associates, our valued and cherished partners, our distinguished guests, and everyone who's joining us on the other side. My name is Manvi Khilnani, and on behalf of DLF, it is my absolute honor to be extending a very warm and hearty welcome to all of you joining us from across different parts of India and across tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, क्यों ना शाम की शुरुआत थोड़ी सी तालियों के साथ करी जाए? Come on everyone, can we all put our hands together and bring some energy this evening? Fantastic. I think everyone's with me tonight, and the weather is also becoming better as we are diving deep into this evening. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the story of DLF is a story of urban transformation, of milestone and landmarks that are redefining skylines and lifestyle. Well, tonight, this evening is all about unveiling, a celebration of excellence. I think I'm most excited for this evening because we are all set to involve and include a new chapter of DLF, a journey that started with DLF Privana South, that moved on to DLF Privana West. And tonight, hold your breath because we got something very exciting, another feather to the hat of DLF Privana. But what's the energy tonight? You guys show us the energy tonight. Are we all ready to witness the most anticipated unveil of 2025? Yes, fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, every brick we lay at DLF is backed by years of trust. of vision and excellence, and setting new standards every now and then. Now, to tell us more about this evening, I am excited to invite up here on stage Mr. Gaurav Singh, Head Public Relations, DLF Homes. Please put your hands together as I welcome him on stage. Come on, everyone. Good evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mandy.
And we're very excited for this evening to go on to the next level. So over to you.
So are we. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome all of you who are here and people who are joining us from across the country live as we speak. Before we begin, I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to everybody present here who has been a part of the DLF Privana journey in the last 16 months, which has seen 2 very successful launches. And today we are here to bring you the third story, the third chapter of this story. It's rare that we get to be a part of something as exciting as the DLF Privana ecosystem that we have created. Rarely do you ever participate in something which is a history in the making, and DLF Privana ecosystem is one of those. It's 116 acres of contiguous land parcel, which is meticulously planned for the future of Gurgaon, future residential development that people envisage for themselves. Today, we know there's so much happening in the city. There's a lot of projects that are coming about. That's precisely the reason why we are very, very grateful that you have joined us today. You take the time to partner with us, to place your trust in us, to work with us continuously without compromising on our values, without compromising on the product that we have, send the product to the right customers. As many of you know, DLF has constantly reinvented itself every decade. And as a part of our reinvention, we bring cutting-edge technology, some of the best architectural design, and sustainability, which is a core proposition of our products, to every development that we plan. Today, we stand together to witness the next evolution in residential development, a vision that builds on everything we have achieved in DLF 5 and more as we move ahead and create an ecosystem that is for tomorrow, that is DLF Privana. So ladies and gentlemen, for the next 45 minutes, request your attention, your time, as we are about to unveil not just a project, but an entirely new living experience. One address, one vision, one kind. We envisioned a community of 4 BHK residences, which are large format residences for a community, for a selection of customers, residents, tomorrow's residents who are of like-minded community. They share the same aspirations, same values, same expectations. Hence, bringing them all together, this will be a one-of-a-kind community in the whole of Gurgaon. We have left no stone unturned to ensure this becomes one of the most advanced technology that we are using in putting together the entire project, not just one, but many to come in the future as well. This will be the future of living. The meticulous planning, like I talked about, it'll be timeless, it'll be absolutely planned for tomorrow, not just for today. This will be the next pin code of Gurgaon. There's no doubt about it, this will be the next pin code of Gurgaon. Whatever that we have learned in our 8 decades of experience in the country, and some of the finest developments like DLF 5 and DLF Golf Links here, we're putting all of that experience in designing and planning DLF Privana as a neighborhood. This is where Gurgaon 2.0 begins. What does that mean? In the past 3 decades, 3 decades back, there was nothing called a Gurgaon city. We envisioned it as a knowledge city. The press started calling it the Millennium City. What does that mean today? Millennials from across the country, from across NCR have come and settled here. They have contributed to what we today call as the real estate marvel of the country. Some of the most expensive, some of the most spectacular real estate destinations have been formed here. And contributing and adding to that is DLF Privana. While we have announced all the successes so far, what is really heartwarming to see that press also agrees to the fact this will be the most ambitious and aspirational neighborhood in the entire Gurgaon and possibly in the entire country. With that, I'd like to invite on stage Mr. Gaurav Chhabra, Senior Vice President Sales, to take us through what we are doing right now in the DLF Privana ecosystem.
Thank you, Gaurav, for the lovely introduction. And a very warm, pleasant good evening to all of you who have gathered here today amidst us, amidst this serene environment which we proudly call as DLF Golf and Country Club, to unveil the next phase in our growth story, in our benchmark development called DLF Privana. I take immense pride in part of this being this journey, and we'll share some key insights into what is making this truly livable global standard ecosystem which we're trying to create in Privana. So as Gaurav mentioned, it's meticulously designed. We've got the best of global experts who are collaborating with us for this market development, ranging from facade design, structural design, landscaping, traffic management. We're looking at every bit and pieces which make a township successful and livable and enjoyable. Very, very essential, while we have modern structures coming up, at the same time they need to be pedestrian friendly. There are dedicated pathways for all ages, as well as soft corners to ensure that people are walking comfortably and safely through the day and night. Live in harmony with nature. Nature is central to our entire planning of Privana. I'm sure most of you have been to the site. You will realize whether it's inside the project or outside the project, whether it is the Aravali Greens, whether it's the proximity to Leopard Trail, or whether it is the 75 to 80% landscape greens inside the project. That is how seriously we're taking the nature being part of the entire ecosystem. Well, I'm sure you have all accessed these roads. It is not just about connectivity or proximity to key landmark developments, but it is also about how well planned the roads are in those areas. In Privana, leading up to Privana, you have wide, 60-meter wide access roads, sectoral roads, flanked by 12-meter of service roads with tree-line avenues and pathways, which ensure that you seamlessly reach your homes and your destinations likewise smoothly and safely. Well, this is modern India, it's a modern world, everybody is fitness conscious, and we want to enable that people enjoy the neighborhood, the ecosystem, not just inside global standards, gymnasiums and workout areas, but also even outdoor amenities. We have for the first time doing dedicated and unobstructed jogging tracks, cycling tracks, so that you can exercise without the fear of traffic. Safety in every corner. Every corner of the Privana township is extremely well lit, whether it's the internal roads or external roads. We want to ensure the area people feel safe, residents feel safe during day and night, whether they go out for walks or cycling or jogging or even in the cars or with their families. Well, this is something which is, I think, cornerstone of any large, reputed real estate developer. And we take immense pride in this, that DLF deploys the best of global contractors to build structures which will withstand even zone 5 seismic forces. That is the quality of development which we're doing at site. Again, something very integral, which is an integral part of DLF growth, and exemplified by our benchmark projects, whether you look at super luxury projects inside golf links or even DLF 5. We believe in having sustainable projects, giving back to the nature, whether it is through our own water treatment plants, sewage treatment plants, rainwater harvesting, and various other technologies. We intend to have long-term sustainable projects, residential and commercial, so that they are sustainable and give immense pleasure and enjoyment to the residents, as well as we give back to the nature as well. I think you would all agree that where we are sitting right now, and which has become the benchmark of ecosystem in India, a neighborhood which is DLF 5, why it is so safe and secure, because there's 24/7 surveillance. We are replicating exactly similar model in Privana, whether it is our QRT quick response teams, whether it is CCTV camera and surveillances, whether there is various proximity and access, ready access to ambulances, to fire stations, everything else. We are enabling 24/7 emergency readiness in case of any emergency or eventuality. That is a level of detailed planning which is going into ensuring we provide you a safe and secure environment to live in. Unmatched connectivity. You all know what DLF has done to New Gurgaon, to sector 74 to 78. Well, you are right at the cusp of connectivity, which is connecting Southern Peripheral Road with Central Peripheral Road, connecting Delhi-Jaipur highways, Delhi-Mumbai corridor, and of course, access to airport. I'm sure you all read the papers recently. The trials have already begun in the Dwarka Expressway tunnels leading up to the airport itself. That will further ease our connectivity with the airport also. Yes, we are transit ready, we are future ready. Slew of measures have been announced by the government as well, which will further enhance the appeal of connectivity and transit in those areas. Whether you look at elevated SPR corridor, recently Mr. Gadkari has announced Skybus, an elevated corridor connecting Delhi, Gurgaon, Manesar, or whether you look at MRTS or RRTS, various measures have been taken place and have been announced, which are some of them are already started at ground, which will elevate the livability, elevate the connectivity aspect for all the residents. An ecosystem is a true ecosystem when there's a good marriage between top-end residential developments and commercial developments. We all have seen the success of Cyber Hub, Cyber City, various other projects like Horizon, etc., and what comfort it provides to residents who are looking at easy access, walk to work for their offices, for their work. As you all are aware, we firmly believe that Privana is at a location which is a pivotal location. It is an epicenter of new development, and already many of the top corporates have already opened their global offices there. To name a few, American Express, I'm sure all of you are aware, DLF has done a build-to-suit campus for them, and other brands like Air India, BMW Training Center, TCS, PepsiCo have already opened the corporate offices in those areas. With time, this is only going to grow, and very soon you will have greater office complexes to enable residents to have quick access to their workplaces as well. And all this comes because of the history of DLF, the legacy of DLF built over the last 78 years. We are in our 8th decade of existence, and we take immense pride that whatever learnings we've picked up over the last 8 decades of our developments across India, we are curating Privana based on those experiences, those learnings, those achievements, and those innovative technologies and development which we've been doing for the last 8 decades. As you all aware, most of you are working with the customers in both primary and secondary markets. I'm sure this figure is known to you. As with all our projects, we firmly believe in being a very end-user driven, yet leaving something on the table for the long-term customers who are looking at some appreciation as well from our projects who enter at this particular stage. Very happy to share these numbers. If you look at the screen, these are all market data available. Within last 1.5 years, where we launched 2 phases of Privana, especially South and West, and within last 1 year, this is a level of appreciation which is already visible, available in the market. 20 to 30% appreciation on the base price, on the base values, which is almost 2,500 to 5,800 of per square feet increase in the price itself on per square feet basis on built-up areas. That is a level of appreciation which we already delivered in 2 past phases of Privana, and with the new phase coming up, it's only going to go up further. Well, it is now taking shape. I'm sure all of you have been to the site. A vision which was born 1.5 years ago with Privana South is rapidly making pace. We have global contractors in place, greater contractors like ACC and KPIL who are working on our South and West phases. Very happy to share with you, 35% of collections are already booked in system, and we are completely on track as per our construction schedule in delivering these projects in the committed timelines. These are actual images. Very happy to be proud to share that we already have finished basement and rafting work across both phases. Just bear this in mind, these are mega projects, measuring 36 acres in the first 2 phases alone. That is the scale of development which we are doing, and that too completely on time. That is a level of commitment we have to our customers, to our channel partners, and to ourselves and to our board as well. Well, what all this does, this all leads to building a brand new city within a city. Gurgaon city was conceptualized many decades back. You all know the story, the legacy. We are now envisioning a brand new city within a city, and the city which is in the making. Some quick glimpses I'll share with you of what development is taking place at the ground level in terms of basic infrastructure. Sector roads, tree-line avenues, pathways, extremely well-lit streets during the night as well. We already have speed measures in place, speed cameras in place, cat eyes in place to ensure the traffic flows smoothly and is well managed and measured. Again, some glimpses of the project taking shape. And this is also done for the point that, when you take your customers to the site, as many customers would want to see the location first, they get the same world-class experience which they get accessing any of our existing projects, whether in DLF 5 or anywhere else in India. We want to ensure they have good access to our projects and approach the projects to the same experiences. Some images of a construction site and the landscaping already done in the place. A new address in the city and in nature too. With this, I'd like to call upon DLF's Joint Managing Director and Chief Business Officer, Mr. Akash Ori, on the stage to take it further.
Ladies and gentlemen, am I audible at the back? Okay, great. Thank you for your time. Really appreciate it. This is the trilogy. This is the third phase of the already existing phenomenal ecosystem that we have built and that we are building. This is the first time after DLF 5 that you have a contiguous piece of land that a community is going to live in. What is most important for you is, of course, the price, which I'm going to come to. But most importantly, I think all of you need to please take back this story that what we are actually doing today is for the future. We built DLF 5 tirelessly, we built Gurgaon tirelessly. And now we are going to do what we did earlier and going to replicate that for Privana. Privana is not a project, it is not an individual home, it is not a tower, it is not a condominium. It is a full ecosystem, and I want you guys to take this message back to your clients and to everybody else that it is going to mature. You've got 10,000 acres of a green lung abutting it. You've got the most amazing infrastructure that prevails there. You've got two very important launches that have happened and communities that have already been built. I'm going to briefly run you through some of these things that already exist in the Privana ecosystem. And now comes the third and the most important version of the new Privana. So what is important right now is, of course, the product, which I will unveil right now. But I think if you can please, first you believe this story and then you make everybody else believe that over time, this is going to be one of the most amazing living experiences that Gurgaon has to offer. Infrastructurally, as I said, it is far, far, far more superior than anything else that you have seen. The connectivities are phenomenal. Airport connectivity is going to be even better than the national highway, as you're aware. And everything else around it, whether it's a commercial hub or anything else, it's going to work well. Why I am saying this to you is because real estate is not built overnight, nor was Rome. It takes time, but do you have the right inputs, the right attributes to do what it requires it to be done? That is the answer that I am trying to explain to you, that this is what is important for everybody to know, that as an investment, it is going to be one of the best things that has happened. And of course, we are looking at the end user to enjoy this phenomenal infrastructure that we are creating there and a community that we are creating there. This, as I'm saying, and I will say it again, is a limited edition enclave. There's only going to be a select few of people who are going to be part of it. And the hard work that you all have done in the previous launches, today I'm going to break that up and show you what is the quality of people that you have brought in. you'll be yourself surprised and happy, and of course guaranteed to a point that now a Privana juggernaut is on. Only at every station, there's going to be somebody better than the last who's going to join. The friends and family references are phenomenal. As much as we try to contain this story, the more it comes out. You all are aware that we've tried to keep quiet as much as we can for compliance reasons. Today, I'd like to unveil and talk about it as much as I can, and therefore from tomorrow onwards, let it go to not only in NCR or in Gurgaon particularly, but right through the country and throughout the country and of course rest of the world. The most important aspect of a community or of a project is its community. I've stressed on this, I built it myself, and I completely give credit to our people who make this phenomenal communities like-minded and kind of take ownership and build it from where it is. Today when we talk about prices, a lot of you I see today who even sold DLF 5 at 900 rupees or 1100 rupees a square foot. In 20 years, you are selling at 2 lakh rupees a square foot. Now, no matter what we do, no matter how much effort we put in, and even if we distribute gold biscuits, nothing can be sustainable till the community takes ownership and they build it from scratch. This is what has happened in most of the DLF condominiums and communities, and this is what is going to, well, unveil at the Privana. Now if you see this, ladies and gentlemen, very important graph for all of you. There are about 1900 discerning families already as part of the Privana community. They're all visionaries, they're all global citizens, they're all people who arrived, they've done very well for themselves. That's the kind of community that we built and that you have helped us build. That's the kind of people that we put together and create a phenomenal set of people that has already formed the fundamental base of the Privana today. A very dynamic ecosystem, something where the good people are attracting and are also, it's like a member get member, are referring and in fact in this particular phase also starting tomorrow I'm told that there is a phenomenal amount of interest within our existing community. We are very grateful for that. Very eclectic mix of people. Again, an interesting slide for you. 27% NRIs, 30% C-suite executives, and about 23% business owners. You've got a mix of professionals, 20% within the setup, or 20% within consulting, 27% of IT, finance backgrounds, and 10% of FMCGs. Please understand what this means. I say this to you again, and I say it very respectfully and humbly. What we are starting to do is only the beginning of not only an ecosystem, but something that these people are going to cherish, love, live, and also make sure it grows. It grows with time and it grows with money. That is the most important thing for you and for me as well. The stronger the Privanas do, the better it is for you, for your previous customers, to get more stickiness and confidence, and of course for the future. If I can call anything cosmopolitan today, anything in the country as far as a mix is concerned, this is it. Ladies and gentlemen, let me now begin to unveil the next level of the Privana.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting DLF Privana.
whilst I wanted you to savor this picture, but also I think it needs a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. A bigger and stronger round of applause. This is where real estate is what our identity is. Come on, I need more enthusiasm than just this, okay? Not for this, but for yourselves. This is what our identity is. This is what we are known to do. We have to get real estate back in the forefront in the country. About 17.7 acres, 6 very majestic towers. This is a small layout of how it's going to pan out. As you see, every aspect is so beautifully covered. First time, the tallest residential towers ever in the DLF, from the DLF stable. Again, a very phenomenal, very spectacular facade of the Privana North. Still plus 50 stories. And this is a new feature that we've all been talking about, and it's an all glass facade. And this is how it's going to look like during day, when it's going to shimmer, and of course at night. But this is something that DLF is doing for the first time. So not only is Privana North technologically very superior, and of course with every aspect of it, it's a new product, it's a new evolution, but it is also aesthetically one of the most swanky buildings, residential buildings that Gurgaon has seen so far. "50 floors, this is a brief synopsis of where we are. Again, some very interesting facets I'm going to discuss with you. Experience, which is elevated, of course. Why is it elevated? You've got, more elevation. You've got green areas merging with certain lobbies, which I'm going to show you. We've got deck sizes of 12 feet and above. Again, something that if I blink and miss, sometimes I feel, am I part of the Dahlia's presentation or am I doing the Privana North? Very radiant, beautiful glass facades, 2 apartments per core. I'm going to show you some of these things which have intrigued me more than anything else, is how we've integrated the lobbies with nature. Or what we are actually putting and trying to do with these amazing areas which are going to be integrating with your lobbies. Again, a first futuristic design like of which India has not seen so far. So it's not only about the price that you're waiting for. Please give this a little more time to understand the kind of product that is coming your way. It is one of its kind. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to explain to you. Please take your time. Our teams will be available for your customers from tomorrow. But we are in no hurry. We've got, as usual, your support, and I'm sure our customer support. We'll do a great job with it, but we'll do it this time our way. This is how it's going to integrate. Almost, if you see these solariums, if I can call them, within the system that kind of works with the entire ecosystem. Cafes, certain play areas for children, certain areas where breakout areas for people to sit down and be part of. This is not a commercial building with I'd say F&B, but this is your own private lobby. So you can actually come down, sit down, and be part of this. Daycare, creche, you're in the midst of nature. So what we've tried to do in the Privana North is we've tried to bring everybody together. We've tried to get the whole story together and more inclusive with nature. This I already spoke about, introducing double core. Again, something that we talked about in super luxury so far in DLF, but this is the first time that something like this is coming. This itself is a luxury element. Elevators obviously have to be high speed and all, but we're just adding these things for you. Amazing panoramic views. 1,152 apartments, 4 bedrooms. I'm just showing you this layout because a lot of you people have been asking us, but I just want you to spend just a minute on this. Just see how this thing has been laid out. And if this is not spacious, and if this is not something that your customers are going to enjoy and cherish, I don't know what is. Because this is almost akin to super luxury. Look at these decks, look at the central areas, look at the common areas. This is a phenomenal layout, very spacious, and something that I think people are going to enjoy being part of. Again, some glimpses. Penthouses, this time, are even more grander. The penthouses here are almost through as far as the viewing is concerned. So it's going to be very exclusive, very private, and they're going to have access to both sides, east and west. Again, a very phenomenal design, something that only a few people are going to enjoy, but that is something that is also pretty good. Some images that if we can show you, these are just very basic images. But again, just to show you the expanse, you know, the inclusion of the lifestyle kitchen and what it's going to do for you and how it's going to integrate. So we took a lot of feedback from our super luxury customers, from our luxury customers, from our people who have been around and who've done business with us, who've lived in our communities. Privana is a result of a lot of surveys. It's a culmination of a lot of feedback, actual feedback. Amazing. Look at this. 12 feet wide decks, where a lot of you people deal in Aralias and Magnolias. Please tell me, with this kind of offering, where are we taking the next level of luxury living to? As you know, not only COVID, but even after, before also, but mostly after, 12 months a year, it is not only about good weather or bad weather. People love spending time outside. And this is something that, you know, they're going to enjoy doing. Another first, you're going to have your private boulevard. It's a 24-meter road that takes you to the Privana North. This is what it is. This is as is. This is not a computer-generated image. A lot of people do a lot of things, but what have we done? We've created something first for our customers. We want to give them the confidence that we are on our way. As Gaurav had mentioned to you, both the west and south are in advanced stage of construction. That itself should give you the strength to go back to your customers and tell them what it is. So again, what I'm trying to do today with you, I am giving you the talking points, I'm giving you everything that is important for your customers to know, so that it is not fluff or faff that we are doing. It is not some animated videos or designs that we are showing. It is what we are known to do. You should be happy, your customers should be happy, and I'm sure we'll be happy after that. So what is important is that you have been part of the previous 2 very successful launches. Okay. give you a small piece of the people who are behind the scenes. HB Design from Singapore. Everybody tries to better the other person, so I'll run past this as our master planners. The Insight International, Abu Dhabi, for landscape design. Again, very spectacular design this time. And what actually lies ahead is just the beginning. This I'm sure you're not interested in, I'll still run it by you. The total scope of brokerages is about 330 crores at the Privana. It's only the sales teams that is clapping. आप लोग को चाहिए ही नहीं, मुझे समझ नहीं आता हम देते क्यों है. This is your bread and butter. This is our bread and butter. This is what encourages us, and I don't think I have to be apologetic about it. This is what we all kind of strive to do and run for, and we're going to be doing that. So two important things before I move on here. One, that this time, as Gaurav had mentioned, and that's why specifically we mentioned 2,500 to 4,500 increase in the present Privana trades that are happening. So that I keep some speculators at bay. All I am very respectfully going to do this time, I am going to do maximum allotments. I promise you. I am not going to let anybody go khali, okay? So should you have a challenge, please let us know, because one person is not going to get any bulk. Anybody who's doing whatever is kind of done work, that will be acknowledged, but please raise it before, and let's not do a post-mortem. I am this time, I am saying this to you very humbly and respectfully, I am going to keep some stock with me. I never do that. Markets, be whatever they are, you know and I know that we are at a good trajectory. We've got a phenomenal response so far, and I know what we are worth capable doing. But one thing that I want to do this time is I want to take the price up myself. I want to be involved in this journey, because a lot of people have come back and told me Arbor trades at about 8,000 rupees a square foot today. Doesn't bother me. It was a time that we had to establish the market then, and we did it. But as we kind of move along now, and like we used to do every time, I think there has to be some stickiness from the organization also, and we'd like to do that. And don't worry, we'll prepare ourselves for the next launch very fast. So don't worry about the stock or anything else. I've got enough happening. I've got Mumbai coming, I've got Goa, I've got a lot of stuff happening. In Gurgaon, I've got 2 projects coming up. As and when they do, we will share with you. So I have enough business to share with your clients and customers. But I want to put some sanity into the system. Some people are talking about obnoxious price points. I don't think I'm going to get sucked into all that. We've known to have responsible pricing. We will continue to have responsible pricing. So this is something that we will do. Our brokerage will remain as is, as we said last time as well. It'll be 2% plus success, so that element we like to keep with ourselves, so that it's not something that is just gone and doled out. And that will be towards the end, so you'll have to bear with us. This is in your interest also. Primarily your interest. So ladies and gentlemen, now the pricing and of Privana North, and every time I do this, I go back in the evening and think, have I done justice to the organization in terms of pricing? Have I done justice? But every time I think we like to do something which we keep things in the market. You guys you know what the market is ready to pay, but irrespective of that, Privana North is going to have a price of 25. So I hope this price excites you. We've tried to keep it as excitable as possible. This is something that, and I know what the market can fetch me today. You also know that. We still have a lot of cushions here. but we've kept it this way, and we want to make sure that your customers going forward make the money and make enough opportunity as far as the Privana is concerned. For your comfort, we put both the prices both on the carpet area as well as super. Most of you people know it as super, so let's do it that way. Penthouse, as I said to you earlier also, these are very luxurious, something that Gurgaon hasn't seen. They will be priced at a certain price. This is what it is going to be. This again is something that only a few people will be able to own and cherish and enjoy. So please bear with us. This is something that we are, have put together very carefully. You know what we achieved in Privana West in penthouses, which is almost very close to what we are going to be doing here. Payment plan for your reference. Again, these are informations that we can send you later. So because it's a 50-story building, we've tried to make it as convenient as possible for people. Down payment again is the same thing. So ladies and gentlemen, really appreciate your time today. Appreciate the effort that you put in. Appreciate that you have the choice of other people's businesses, but you spend your time and energy with us. Extremely grateful for your support. We won't like to disappoint you ever. We will work within a certain construct. We will work within a certain I'd say, play, and we will make sure that each one of you and your customers benefit enormously with what we are actually going to be doing today. So this particular aspect of the Privana North is now open. We are going to be doing we will give you time. Some people asked for it. As usual, the same procedures will apply. We will operate out of Club 5 from tomorrow. You're free to reach out to all of your partners, your RMs, and meet us there anytime. And we will start to support you. Some people said about the ad, so I didn't do it today. It will come out tomorrow. You're coming soon ad. And then, of course, we will take it to the week and build it up from there. Please do join us for dinner and some performances and some discussions. I'm happy to answer any questions individually if you have, and my teams, but I hope you like what you saw, and I request your full commitment for the next 1 week to get this off the ground. Thank you again for all your time.
So much, Mr. Akash Auri, for taking us to this wonderful presentation. And ladies and gentlemen, the buzz was all about DLF Privana North. Can I request you all to please give a thundering round of applause for this wonderful ecosystem and project. And I think projects like this are made once in a lifetime, so make sure that you grab this opportunity and be a part of legacy in making by being associated with DLF Privana North. On this note, I will urge all of you to join us at the party lawn for an evening of course, excitement, celebration, and entertainment as one of the leading singers of Bollywood, Miss Nikita Gandhi. She's here with us to make sure that this night is definitely a soulful and a versatile night for all of us here. I will request all of you to please join us on the other side, which is the party lawn, for an evening which continues with celebration, with networking, and of course, with some amazing music. I hope all of you are making your way to the other side, and of course not to forget something that is the highlight of this evening. Apart from of course the DLF Privana North, we have a very exciting curated photo booth, a 50 feet tall and long photo booth just for you, so make sure that you click a lot of pictures there. This is an amazing curated photo booth, especially for all our associates, all our partners joining us, all our guests joining us here tonight. So let's make sure that we utilize and make the most of this opportunity and this evening. Requesting everyone, all our distinguished guests, partners, associates, to join us at the party lawn for something exciting, for a night of music, melody. The most talented Bollywood singer, Nikita Gandhi, is all set to make her way to your heart and soul with her amazing music, with her amazing singing. Make sure that you get lots of pictures at the photo booth, the 50 feet long photo booth, the 50 feet tall photo booth, curated especially for all of you this evening. On this note, my name is Manvi Kilani, and once again, on behalf of DLF, I thank you all for joining us here, but I am hoping to see all of you with your glasses on the other side, ladies and gentlemen. See you all at the party lawn. Let's get some music right here as everyone makes their way to the party lawn. Thank you.
Yeah.